up, everyone? I'm not gonna introduce myself because I don't want you to know me. You know, I don't want to be doing this, but hey, they got me to. I never thought that I'll be saying this Sunday. I've been sleeping here, so I sleep like that. So don't think otherwise. Yeah, I never thought I'd be saying this, but welcome to my YouTube channel. But this is gonna be a little different because I don't think I'm gonna be posting. I think this might be the only video I post. Okay, maybe I post later in life, but this might be the only video I post because I am not a YouTuber. As you can see, I'm trying to hide from the camera because this is not my work. Okay, but I'm just trying to bring a certain truth across. Okay, maybe not necessarily a truth, but a theory. Let's just put it like that. So let's get to it without wasting any time. So you know how they've been telling us about how the entire universe is just suspended in air, spinning around the sun at thousands and thousands of kilometers per hour. We all know that's bullshit. Yeah, we all know that's bullshit, and so I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about exactly how much it is bullshit. Okay, so I've learned that might not actually be bullshit as of such, and we keep saying that they lied. I don't think they lied, you know. I cut off because of space, so let's continue and try to do it as fast as possible. So they might not actually be lying. They might just be as clueless as everybody. Okay. So I have a theory which is kind of related to how we already know the solar system is. We all know that according to the science that we know, all the planets around is spinning around the sun. Okay, good. I'm still with that the planets are around, because if you do look up, you will see that there is an actual dome. Okay, there is no denying that flat earthers. I am also a flat earther myself, but if you do look up into the sky and just be honest with yourself, that shit is not flat. Okay, you can totally see that there is a dome. You can see that it is a globe. Okay, because it is a globe. So according to my theory, the only difference is that instead of space being air, it's actually water. Okay, and the stars, everything that you think are stars, when you look up at night, if you look up into the sky at night and you see stars, I believe that there's no such thing as stars. Stars don't exist. Stars are just a reflection of the entire universe, which sits on water. Okay, the sun shining from below, and the stars are just a reflection, because a dome shape or a sphere, yeah, when light comes through a sphere, it bends perfectly because a circle is perfect. Okay, there's nothing as perfect as a circle. Okay, this is the perfect shape, the ultimate shape. Okay, so when light comes through from whatever angle in a sphere, it is bent perfectly, and you get the star, which is why we see stars. It's just the sun shining on a planet, which is just actually a bubble, you could say. Okay, the firmament is just a bubble. Just think about how special a bubble is. You can penetrate a bubble with your finger, as if it's like soapy. You can penetrate a bubble with your finger without popping the bubble. Okay, take out your finger and the bubble doesn't pop. Why? Because the bubble has a special molecular structure. Okay, so which I really don't know how to explain how a bubble is, but it's a sandwich layer, which is the same shape as the firmament. If you think back now about recently, the Chinese scientists, they tried to launch a rocket through the firmament, and you could see that there's clearly water in there because that's exactly how a bubble is. But now the firmament, I'm running out of space, which is why I just keep getting cut. So anyways, as I was saying, a bubble has a special molecular structure which allows it to be penetrable, and I don't know what the right word for it is, but you can escape a bubble from the inside. So it's possible that these people have been to space. We are busy arguing, no one has been to space, no one has been to space, but space might not be what we think it is. Okay, so let me wrap this up. I believe that the solar system is not suspended in the air like we have been taught our whole lives. I believe that the solar system is indeed planets, round planets. However, they is floating on water continuously, just on water, you know, instead of in the air. That doesn't make sense. And the sun is stationary right in the middle. So when the sun shines on the planets, the sun's rays are bent and they exit up here on top of the bubble, and they will reflect in the sky as stars. So stars do not exist. This is just a theory. This is just a theory. Please do not come for me. So stars don't exist. Stars are just reflections of these planets. Okay, so in my next video, I would be explaining, or I'll be practical. I will be practical and show you exactly what I mean by bubbles floating on top of water, you know, reflection and everything. Okay, it's gonna make a lot more sense once I show you those videos. Wow, that's exactly what I wanted you to see, that you are seeing right now. Doesn't that look like stars to you? And it's just a reflection of this, it's reflecting over there. If it's not like this, it's kind of close, you know. It's amazing. They all resemble stars. So this means stars are not real. Stars are only a reflection. Tell me that's a coincidence. You wanna tell me that's a coincidence? Huh? Look at it. That's not a fucking coincidence. Here's a black hole. Do you see that? So the bigger the planet, it seems as though the bigger planets reflect as black holes. Okay, but look at that. Look at that. It almost looks like you're looking into the sky. My medium is kind of dirty at the bottom, so don't mind them particles. We'll call them astro. Yeah, that is exactly what I was talking about. So now, because if you were to take a telescope tonight and then look into space, okay, you will see stars. You will see a lot of stars, okay. The reason for that is because indeed it is there, but it's not physical. It's not something you can touch. It's just a reflection, okay. So, however, pictures, all the pictures that we see of planets and stars and everything, like the universe, it's all 2D. Okay, therefore I will try to draw this theory on paper so that it makes even more sense. Okay, so in my next video I'm going to be drawing what I believe the solar system looks like. Something like this, so that it can fit. Exactly, this is gonna make a whole lot more sense because it's a flat surface. Okay, the water is not, I just don't know how to draw a flat surface of water and make it look 3D. But anyways, more like this. Okay, and the sun would be here, right? Mounted, not moving. It's mounted. Let's mount the sun. It's mounted, it's not moving. Okay, sun rays. This, I don't know how to put it, but the sun is below this. This is the entire universe and everything else is inside the universe. So I just want to explain exactly why do we see things the way we see them. When we look up at night and we see all those stars and everything, I believe that stars don't exist. There is no such thing as a star. A star, or let me just say, stars are a reflection of the entire universe. So if the sun is shining here and the entire universe is here, we are going to see the stars here, which is the reflection of the universe. Stars don't exist. You cannot go to a star and touch a star. They are all just reflections. Everything you see in the sky is a reflection. Nothing is real in the sky, okay? Because everything else is right next to us, okay? Inside this pool of water with us. I'm gonna start drawing. So if I'm gonna be drawing a bubble inside water, okay, it's only half of the bubble that's going to be showing. Why? The other bubble is below the water. Okay, but I don't want to confuse the video, so I'm just going to draw it like that. How it would appear if you were to stand right here. Okay, there's guard. Okay, that's a guardian, sorry. A guardian. Okay, that's Earth. And then they are not in order, guys. Please do not kill me. And then let's make that Mars. And then Mercury. I'm not sure which one comes, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then we got Venus. Okay. And then big old Jupiter. Big old Jupiter. Okay, these are all just bubbles inside a pool of water. Okay, not spinning in the air suspended. That's nonsense. And then we got Saturn over here. This is a special one. I'm gonna come back to this one. Okay, Saturn. And then Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. We can add Pluto. Okay, so the sun's rays would come from below, okay? And then we would see the reflection above here as stars. Okay, so sharp, here's the sun's rays below this thing all the way through Jupiter. Okay, and then because it's a sphere, the reflection, I mean the light is going to be bent perfectly because it's a perfect circle. So the light is going to be bent perfectly and then reflected up here as a star. It has to reflect as a star. I will also be practical and I will show you on a certain video. I'm gonna use bubbles and everything so that I can see exactly what I mean. Okay, sun rays, and then I wouldn't be too surprised that you can actually see the Earth from Earth. That's just something I just thought about, because with this logic, you should be able to see the Earth from Earth, because everything up here is all but a reflection. Okay, but we'll see. That's just something I just thought about. So sharp. Many of you are gonna ask me, so how come we see Saturn this way? Ne? This is how you're gonna see Saturn. The pictures of Saturn, it's Saturn, and then it's got its little rings, you know. According to science, that's Saturn with all its rings. Okay, why do we see it like this? Because if I were to look through a telescope, indeed I would see something that has rings. But let's get back here. Okay, here comes the sun rays. I want you to see something. I believe that Saturn is not just one planet. I believe that Saturn is actually 3 combined planets. I don't know how to explain it, but let me just write it down. I don't have to explain it. I can just be practical about it. So I'm going to draw 2 smaller planets attached to Saturn, okay? Yeah. Do you see? Do you see them rings? Do you see them rings? So the first time I did this is what confirmed this whole theory for me. There's no way. This is not a coincidence, guys. Look at that. I just drew 2 planets right next to Saturn, attaching them to Saturn, and it looks like Saturn with rings. Okay, so that's why when it reflects up there, we would see it as a planet with rings. Just look at that. Look at the resemblance. All I did was draw just 2 planets. So basically, it's a 3 bubble planet. I call this whole theory the bubble theory. Okay,